know. And when you get it, you got something. So don't worry, 'cause I'm coming. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. Got what I got the hard way, and I'll make it better each and every day. So honey, don't you fret, 'cause you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. Play it, Steve. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. Ha! Listen, was brought up on a side street. Run out of love, or I could eat. I was educated from good stock. When I start loving, I just can't stop. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man.
Wake up, bud. You're on. Hi, welcome to Shack Talk. My name is TJ. This is Mike. That's John. This is our first show of the year. We're missing our fourth party. Timmer's here. He's out. We dropped him off at the hospital with an unknown pancreas disease. He should be back sometime next month.
Never been seen before by doctors.
Never been seen before. Okay, we're gonna have our show is gonna consist of 3 segments. We're gonna have our competition. Our competition, we have a weekly thing where the pot roasts play the connection, and you can call in, and we'll take the first caller to guess the winner, either the pot roast or the connection, and the winner can choose from one of our lovely T-shirts out there. Oh, what we did, we went bowling, and we taped it, and you call in and guess either the pot roast or the connection, and if you're correct, you'll win a lovely T-shirt. And like I was saying, our show consists of 3 segments: the competition, then we have the comedy with our very own Opie, and then we'll be speaking to our future football star, Josh Ruggia. Now I'll switch it over to John to tell you a little bit about the competition.
First, we got a caller. Right now, we got a caller. Hello.
Yeah, I'd like to guess on the competition.
All right, who is this?
This is Dave.
All right, who do you think won?
It's got to be the pot roast, man.
Oh, come on. What?
That guy can bowl.
All right. He says
the
the pot roast.
Take the name down.
All right.
That was Dave.
All right, that's Dave. All right. And Dave gets to choose from one of these 6 T-shirts. And I believe we're gonna be rolling this tape in a couple seconds, so just stay in line, Dave.
And if the Pyros do indeed win this bowling competition, you can eye up these T-shirts here in front, take your pick, because you will win one of these T-shirts.
They're looking lovely, thanks.
What do you got your eye on, Dave? Which
Very
T-shirt?
lovely
Which
T-shirts.
T-shirt do you have your eye on?
I got my eye on that one that fat pot roast on the left of my screen is wearing the CNS one, but
Hey,
You can't have this
how's
one.
this? Right here?
yeah, that's a nice shirt.
It's a nice shirt.
Yeah.
How about Gary's bowling shirt? Is that going to be up there next week?
Gary's bowling shirt is the prize for next week.
What, the Salvador's?
Salvador's bowling. All right, is that tape?
Is that tape
Roll the
ready?
tape, see who wins the bowling match.
right, there we
In a
go.
row.
I guess you win the shirt.
I guess. What shirt would you like, Adam? Or Dave, whatever your name is.
I gotta use an alias, as you know.
Yes.
I think I'll go with the one on the far left. What does that one say? Right under.
The Comiskey
Comiskey
Park.
Park?
Yeah, the Comiskey
Yeah.
Park.
Right under Rat Deer?
Oh,
Red deer.
That's nice. That looks nice.
It's all yours, Adam.
that's all yours, Dave. David.
There you go.
Put
Save
that
this for
aside.
Adam.
Save that for Bruckner.
Write his name on it.
What's Josh gonna be on?
He's
And,
coming up. He's coming. Hold
Oh,
on.
hold on.
Hey, Brock, you're supposed to be in the weight room. You haven't missed a day yet.
Tell Josh to take his belt off.
Take your weight belt off,
Take your
Josh.
belt off.
Come on. This isn't the weight room.
All right, there you go, David.
All right,
All
thank you
right,
much.
we'll be hearing from you later.
All right.
All right, see ya. All right, so that was our bowling segment of the show. Next week, the competition will be basketball. The connection against the two fat pot roasts.
I mean, come on.
I mean,
You know who's gonna win that one.
Who's
You can
gonna
win a
win?
free T-shirt here.
Luckily, my partner will be back from his chronic injury, and we'll take the
that will have
connection.
no effect on the outcome of the game.
We'll see.
We'll be
because
taking calls. We'll be
we'll be
taking
taking calls
calls.
all day. See what your predictions are.
You can talk about. You can talk to these guys. You can talk about next week's competition. Say why you think we're gonna beat the pot roast in basketball,
Because it
Yeah.
obviously won't even be close.
or it can be about
Okay.
something else. Whatever you want to talk to. You know. Just
Okay,
give us
we have a caller.
Hello.
Mark?
John,
Yes.
I have to say the pot roasts are gonna destroy you guys next week.
Who is this?
Yeah.
Who is this?
Mark,
Mark? Oh my gosh.
The pot
Mark
roast-
Lauren.
Well, we
And
don't know
why
that,
do you say that?
because
Oh.
because we'll use our
Because
weight.
why? Remember when I played you one-on-one at practice?
Well, that's one less T-shirt we'll have to give out because
Yeah, that's-
obviously the pot roast
yeah.
will not defeat us.
Oh.
So,
the pot roasts are gonna whoop.
all right, I'll talk to you at practice tonight. What a foolish caller.
Okay, well, we don't have another caller now, so right now we'll take the time to introduce someone here, one of our guests, for the comedy segment of our show. Many of you know him for his imitations that he does around the school, and now he's here to do some of his own imitations for us. Ladies
The
and gentlemen,
Opie.
Opie.
Dan Koth Opie.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I'd just like to start out by kind of warming you guys up, doing a few little ones. You know, we got all our lifestyles, the rich and famous, here in Shack Talk, the world-renowned show in Greendale, Wisconsin, here with the most famous guests from around the world, soon to be famous and rich. Let's see, we've also got a little guy who's hurting a little bit right now. I got, well, not gonna do it. So he's hurting. That little guy there with that Hillary chick, she's not good. Not good. Not good. Well, now that we got everybody going, I'd just like to get into a good segment. And what I'll do is I'll give you a few impressions, and you call in, and you can win one of these lovely
You
shirts.
guess who it is, and you can win we'll give you a lovely T-shirt.
He's gonna do laugh imitations of people around Greendale High School. And if you know who he's imitating when he's laughing, give us a call here at 3B Studios and give you another one of these fancy looking T-shirts here in front of our booth.
That's right.
So, kick it away.
All right, you gotta get all three here, so listen carefully.
All three to get a shirt.
Here's the first one. All right. See, we got another one here. This is one we should all know and love by now. All right, and the last one, and this is the one that tops them all off, folks. Listen carefully.
All right, we have a caller. We have a caller.
Caller, you're on the air. Who's this?
This is Bill.
Oh yeah?
This is a great show. It's good to see lots of quality programming coming out of the 3D airwaves.
Thank you very much.
Well, I just wish you all the best of luck. I think you got a great format, very original, very original. But what is that thing in front of TJ, that brown thing there?
Rat
What is
deer.
that?
This
Rat
is the
deer.
rat deer.
This is Rat Deer.
rat deer.
Did somebody catch that while they were hunting?
Yes, actually it was Mike's great
Great-grandpa.
great grandpa. He leg whipped this deer. That's what they used to do back then. And their
Over in
pastime.
Europe. That's where they
Actually,
got it
it's not a real deer. It's a half rat, half deer.
Part rat, part deer.
Oh, well, you guys have a great show and very, very original.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ryan.
What a
Okay.
caller.
Okay,
where
is
it's
anyone
at.
we get a caller about the imitations
anybody?
here?
Yes, we need a caller about
If
the
you can get-
imitation last.
if
Just
you
Why
can-
don't you,
one
why
of
don't you
them.
redo the last here so they
Yes,
get
redo the last.
first one?
All right, the first one again was. Second one was. And the third one was.
And we'll give you a hint. That one of those laughs is someone in this area, in this studio.
Behind this table, one of those laughs.
Do we have a caller?
We
If you
have
can-
a
If you can
caller.
get 2
Come
out
on.
of the 3, we'll get you a t-shirt.
Yeah, I just think to see the connection will kick the pot roast butt inside out.
Oh, really? And who is this?
Right.
Mike.
Mike.
This is Mike.
Is that Mike O'Reilly, that new guy?
Mike O'Reilly. That's it.
Yeah, this is old man's twin brother.
Oh no, God help us.
How tall are you?
6'5", 6'6",
And what size shoe do you wear?
16 and a half.
Is it 4E width?
Don't do it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks for your call.
Hey, pot roast.
All right. Anybody who has any kind of a guess on what Opie's laughs are about?
Another caller.
Hello.
Maybe not.
Hello, one of them's TJ.
You're wrong.
Nice try though.
And we have another,
We have another
any
caller.
other callers? Oh,
I think we do have another caller. Hello.
Hi, I know the last.
okay.
Who is this?
This is Megan.
I'm
Who's the last
Megan.
one?
What?
What's the last laugh?
Oh, we're going in order. She might know the whole
All
order.
right. Do you know everybody?
She knows all of them.
First
She knows.
one's Phil.
Yep.
Phil Glazebrook, ladies and
Phil
gentlemen.
Gladstone.
Second one's Lawrence.
Yep.
Yep.
Got
yep.
Lawrence.
And third one's Dirt.
Oh!
Now,
Megan,
which one of
take
these
your pick of the
t-shirts would
t-shirts
you
you
like?
want here.
Actually, I thought if you got all 3, that was the grand prize.
Yeah, I get
You
the
win
rat deer.
rat
Put her
deer.
right there. No, that's my.
Rat deer.
That's
Oh,
a
that's Mike's
ancient.
prized possession. All right. Which t-shirt would you like, Megan?
I'll be you and I'll be one.
All right.
UNLV.
UNLV shirt saved for Megan McLaughlin.
Notice there's no
UNLV.
Indiana
This is
ones up
UNLV.
there.
There's no Indiana
UNLV.
ones, so
That's too bad.
Megan
Go
McLaughlin,
outside.
this shirt is yours.
Okay, cool.
we will put that back to Megan. She'll pick it up later. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for the
Okay.
call, Meg.
Okay,
Now there's someone who knows what they're talking about
Yeah.
in Greenville High School.
That's right.
That's a true fan.
and now it's time for what all of you've been waiting for. This week's main attraction is Josh Rogea. He's an all-state linebacker for the Greenville High School football team. Josh has been playing football for 7 years when he started in the Vince Lombardi League. With me in 6th grade, I played with him too. Josh recently was given a full scholarship to Eastern Michigan, and he's here to talk about his whole career with
Oh,
us.
before we go to him,
We
I think
have
we
a
should
tape.
show a little bit of his accomplishments
Yes.
over the past couple years. All right, roll that tape. Drop.
Smile, joking.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. So many times it happens too fast. You trade your passion for glory. Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight just to keep them alive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night, and is watching us all with the eye of the tiger.
Hey, all right, how'd you like that? Okay, let's see. Josh is a senior at Greendale High School. I'm sure y'all know him. See him in the weight room a lot. Let's see. Josh played for 3 years at the Vince Lombardi League. Started in 6th grade. Then he played freshman football for Greendale, and then he played 3 years on the varsity.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years on the varsity, and yesterday morning he signed with Eastern Michigan on a full ride.
And we do have a newspaper article about that. It was in the Village Life. If we can
Get a zoom on here.
that.
Can you get this?
There it is.
That's that mean looking
I
44.
believe
That's
that
him.
was last year in the playoffs, was that?
Yeah.
Okay, Josh, when you were younger, did you even think that you could take it this far?
Well, basically, I didn't have much interest really in football when I was younger. As you know, we started in 6th grade, and basically everyone was going on for football, so it was a big thing to do. Basically, I was turned on in my youth by Lou Frigno. I had a pump up doll. It was a green doll, and he was in his clothing and he was in a cage. And what you do is you pump him up, and he would break out of his cage. And basically, it sounds funny, but from when I was young, I just wanted to be something bigger than life. Be big and stuff like that. But as far as football goes, I did not know until high school that I really wanted to go on in football.
Okay, do we have a caller?
But yeah, and we need callers to call in.
Hey, whenever you want to call and ask them a question, your question comes before ours, so call whenever.
Good screen, Josh, don't worry about it. Hit the call.
Hello, caller.
Am I still on? Oh, okay.
Yes, you're on.
I want to ask two things. First, I want Josh to tell the whole viewing audience who made him bleed playing football.
That's a lie.
All right, just here.
Oh, that is no lie.
I'll tell you another story.
Well,
Last year in the playoffs, the BJ Perkins came up to varsity and practiced with us. Josh was on defense and BJ was playing fullback. And coaches sort of called a play for BJ running at Josh, and BJ made him bleed.
His nose came. His helmet came down.
Actually, his helmet.
They meant helmet to helmet, and that.
my helmet, I don't know if it's just the contour of my head or what, but the helmet would come down on my nose. And he made me bleed. And then what I did is I looked up in the sky and I said, please run my way next time. Next play. That's basically what I said. And someone up there was helping me because he came at me about two or three more times. He came at me, and I think
Got pretty good. You got pretty good.
What's your second question?
Can I see a close-up of Ginner's earring?
No, I look at the cameras are working. B. Sorry, see ya.
All right, Josh. I got another question for you. All right, everyone knows that you've been on the varsity team since you were a sophomore. Was it difficult playing both ways, offensively, defensively, as a sophomore?
basically, I don't think it was a real big thing playing both ways, seeing that, I had really no pressure on me. That was the big thing. I didn't have to perform. I was brought up as a sophomore on the varsity team, and basically I wanted to fit in any way I could. And seeing that we were, weak, we didn't really have much for a fullback, and really the linebacking core wasn't that strong, I had an opportunity to start as a sophomore and actually make an impact. So I was happy about that.
Okay.
All right, we have a call. Hello.
Yeah.
Is this Dave again?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Josh, this is your weight trainer, Adam Bruckner.
Hey! That's it, my mentor.
I was wondering, what's the hardest hit you ever laid out in high school football?
As far as me, who did I hit or who hit me?
Who did you hit hardest?
Good question.
That is a
Probably Perkins in practice. I would have to say. There was no harder hit than that.
What was the game you felt you played the best in?
I played the best. Believe it or not, I thought it was the Muskego game in my sophomore year on defense. No one was keying on me, and I basically, came out of nowhere, and no one knew about me, so, I had a real good game.
What about, was that Greenfield?
Yeah, well, Greenfield this year I had
27 tackles.
You
this
made
year.
the USA Today for that, didn't
20,
you?
yeah, 27 tackles, but they were mostly gang tackles. The whole team was basically in on all those tackles. So,
I'd still take
What,
it.
what
Yeah.
film did you send into the colleges?
pardon me.
What game film did you send into the colleges? Which game
Basically, there were like highlight films, of myself, and basically, I don't know exactly what games they were, but some of my better games like Greenfield, Muskego, West Dallas Central.
All right,
Okay.
thank you, David, for the call.
All right, talk to that.
All right, Josh. Being such a noticed player throughout your career, how was it difficult to concentrate on football and not get caught up in the hype in the papers and like interviews after
I
all
think-
the games and stuff
yeah.
like that?
I think it was mainly because as a sophomore, I wasn't supposed to prove anything. I didn't have to do anything. I had no pressure on me. And junior year, I really had no pressure on me either. But as people graduated, and in my senior year, I felt that more of the burden was on my back. And it becomes tougher when people are keying on you. Basically, that's it, really.
All right,
Okay.
I believe we have another call. Hello.
Yeah, this is your good friend Bruce here.
Oh, Pat!
I think this is
Patricia!
Bruce Kosciuszko.
Bruce Kosciuszko.
Got this Bruce Kosciuszko.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just wondering, Josh, you got some silky muscles, and I was just wondering how you keep your tone so well.
Well, basically, I work all 5 days a week. I'm usually in the weight room and stuff like
See you
that.
there, you're so sexy.
Yeah. And that's basically all I do. I don't watch my diet or anything like that. I eat pretty much, as people know, I pretty much eat everything in sight. That's
Do you have
basically
any
it.
tips for me to keep my buns straight?
Yeah. No, actually, no. No, you gotta come in the weight room more often. I'll help you out in there.
You go in the weight room, Bruce, all right?
Yes, I will. I'll tone my muscles.
Okay, I got a question. Josh, to who or what do you think was your biggest key to your success in football and weightlifting?
I would have to say, not meaning to sound selfish or anything like that, I would have to say, first of all, myself, just because of my determination and stuff like that. I mean, I like team sports and stuff, but what turns me on so much about the working out and the bodybuilding is that, the only person that could stop you is yourself, basically is what it is. And, but as far as football goes, I'd have to say my parents. There weren't many times I got a chance to tell my dad that how much I appreciated his, support throughout everything. And, with the visit to Eastern Michigan and stuff, I really knew that I had his support, and he's helped me so much. Like I say, my mom, there's countless number of people that has helped me. Coach Gavinsky, Coach Aarons, Mr. Jagodzinski, all you guys, all my friends and stuff like that for not, for supporting me throughout the whole thing. I mean, you could have easily said, well, all the spotlight's on one person. I don't think that's basically how it was during the football season. The spotlight wasn't really on one person. Matt Reichel, he's only a junior, he had a lot of, responsibilities, only as a junior, and he got a lot of print and stuff like that. And, you and John and Nichols, too, got a lot of press. So I don't think it was basically one person doing it. I think it was the whole team.
Okay,
All right,
we
I
have
think
a
we have a
caller.
call. Hello. No, we don't.
Maybe not.
No caller? No caller. All right, Josh, how do you feel about, I know, you're an avid weightlifter and all, and you probably want to continue on with bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about steroids in bodybuilding today? Or in football, whatever?
I basically feel that if you want to be competitive in football, at least at the big college universities and as far as the pro level, they're real prevalent. I mean, everyone is using them. That's the big thing. Basically, my attitude is if you can't do it naturally, don't do it at all. I mean, they're only going to hurt you. They'll bring you up in the beginning, but as, you get better and get better, they're only going to bring you down. I think it's a two-lose situation with that. I think a lot of, high school athletes and college athletes, they think it's so important in order to compete with everyone to be taking these drugs, and I don't think there's really any place for them, really. I mean, basically, even in bodybuilding, for you to be the best in the world, you have to take these drugs, and basically they're all on drugs. I mean, you have the drug-free magazines and in the magazines that, all the people are on steroids, so I think basically that's about it.
Okay. What would you say? What gym do you work out in?
Well, I'm in the weight club, you know, during the school year, but over the summer I work out at King's Gym, which is a new gym. Actually, it opened up about a year and a half ago. It's in Oak Creek, and it's run by a real classy guy. His name is Dan Kingsley. He was a Mr. America, and he was a powerlifting champ from Racine. And basically, you know, the first time I came into the gym, it looked like a real hardcore gym. And, you know, it looked like the steroids were prevalent in the gym and stuff like that. I mean, you know, if you come up to a desk and you see this guy and he's just huge, you know, it automatically enters your mind. But he's the nicest guy in the world. You know, he's super down to earth, and he has he leads, you know, high school youth, you know, and athletes in the right direction, I think. You know, he's got the right attitude on everything, and I appreciate, you know, all of his support and the way he's helped me.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. If anybody else wants to call in, just call in. Ask Josh anything.
There's a little bit of time left.
I think we
Any
might have a
questions you
call.
want for anyone here? So.
Do we have a call?
Wait, quick question, Josh. Were there any superstitious things you did before a game, or like a
Not
tight
really,
ball shoot first or something?
There was there's a couple games, string games where I eat cantaloupe, and that was that was lucky. But besides that, nothing really. You know,
Why
super-
cantaloupe?
I don't know. I just plain have good games before, you know, when I eat cantaloupe. But I just like to say one more thing too. Greendale High School is holding a powerlifting meet the weekend of February 27th. So, you know, we need all the people that we can get to come support us as far as cheering and stuff like that, and even people who want to compete. I think that would be, you know, beneficial if you decide, you know, to compete and stuff like that.
Okay, seeing next year you're going to be going away for school. You went to the campus
Yeah,
to visit?
Yeah.
How did that go?
it went real well. Basically, all they did all weekend was feed us, so I enjoyed it. You know, they fed us and showed us around the campus and stuff like that. And, you know, I had a real good time.
Is it a big campus?
It's a pretty big campus. I mean, you know, but it's a walking campus. Basically, it's not like Wisconsin. I mean, I went, you know, up to Wisconsin and stuff, and even, you know, other campuses that were bigger, and they just weren't, you know, I just didn't think it was right for me. You know, you're talking 25,000 people are at this college, but really, you figure there's not over 50 kids in one class. So you pretty much have, you know, as far as academics go, you can have the attention from your teachers.
Sure.
Is there anything that you're gonna do? You're thinking of doing differently, like playing football, like in college and you did in high school?
Yeah, I think
change of style
yeah,
or
I think
something?
basically in college it's going to be more or less a job for me. I didn't look at it like that in high school. I pretty much looked at it like, you know, I dreaded practice, and I just didn't have a good time as I really wanted to have. And seeing that next year it's going to be more difficult, you know, I'm going to be on the bottom again, but I kind of like being on the bottom in the sense that you don't have to prove anything, and you can gradually work your way up, and you really surprise people. But basically, I'm going to look at it as, you know, it's my job. You know, I'm going to be playing football, and it's going to be my future. Basically, I want to have a good future, and the better I do at school and with the athletics, you know, the better I'm going to be later in life. I think it's going to help me out a lot.
Are there any unusual things that happened to you while you were in Michigan?
Not really.
Nothing happened?
Basically, just had a good time and stuff like that, and got to meet a lot of, you know, the recruits. There were 14 other
So
recruits.
you stayed with one of the players out
Yeah, I stayed with one of the players. He was a 280-pound lineman,
Ouch.
and we got along real well. I guess I have that lineman
You can get
mentality.
along with
I guess I
anybody.
have that lineman mentality. No offense to linemen, I get along with linemen pretty good. But it'll be fun. It seemed like, you know, socially and stuff, that the players, they've all went through what I'm going to go through next year, and they know what it's going to be like, and they're real positive about things.
All right, that just about brings us to the end of our show. Just remember, next week it'll be us two against the two, whatever you want to call them,
Pot roast.
Sorry, excuse for basketball team,
How'd you
whatever.
guys doing bowling?
That's
all I
alright.
can say.
It's
All
a
right,
different sport.
okay.
So we'll be taking calls next week about a winner. Maybe you can win one of these T-shirts, and I'm sure we'll have some more And that's about it.
We'd like to thank our two guests.
Josh and Opie.
Well,
Thanks for coming on the show.
thanks,
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
See you down in the weight room in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Anyone have any other questions for Josh? You know where you can find him.
Yep.
Weight room. Probably be there in about 10 seconds.
And we'll see you next week then.
And I hope you liked our first show. Thank you.
Chosen to join us here in the Palace Hotel ballroom at this time. We do sincerely hope you all enjoy the show. And please remember, people, that no matter who you are and what you do to live, thrive, and survive, there are still some